So in this tutorial, what I'm going to show you is how to work with web albums on Picasa. Picasa gives you your own free web space where you can upload just up to 1 GB worth of photos totally for free and share them with people, reorder them, do all kinds of different stuff with them. So it's a pretty great tool. So the first thing I'm going to show you is, before we even get into any of that stuff, is I actually want to show you something I haven't done in class, which is the ability to work with this comparison feature. Alright, so I'm just going to open up, let's just say, this photo right here. Alright, now you'll notice there's something that we haven't talked about in class yet, and this is these little icons up here. This is view only one image, view two different images, and then also view the same image twice. Alright, so I like actually working with this view same image twice. It allows you to actually do comparisons. Okay, well, you know what? What's this going to look like before and after? Right, so this is the one that I'm currently working with. So let's just say I want to make this one black and white. Now you'll see I can see a before and after type of thing. Let me undo that. Maybe I want to do something else. Let me add on some saturation. Okay, and I can make this a little bit bluer and greener in the background, and his skin gets a little bit better texture there. So you can just kind of like see the before and the after. So I think that's kind of a neat thing that you can do. So you don't have to actually kind of do it and then say, well, what does it look like before? What do I like? You can see it side by side. So that's kind of a neat thing. Now you'll also see that you have this view two different images, and what that does, that allows you to see the image that's right next to it in your library, okay, side by side. All right, and then you can of course do the same thing, make those different comparisons, and you can see those things. All right. So, and if you wanted to switch which one is which, you can actually just kind of, all right, now that one's selected, and then this one will make the changes. All right, so you can also make it horizontal versus vertical. So you have lots of different options there. That's a new feature in Picasa 3.9. I think it's pretty cool. Okay, so let me now get over to dealing with uploading. All right, so I'm just going to pick out just 4 photos just for the sake of time, just by highlighting them right here, and I'm going to upload these to my web album. So I simply just select, come down here to share on Google+. And as soon as I do that, you'll see that this new window comes up asking me to create a new album. So I'm going to upload this album, but I don't like this name Africa 1, right? And that, notice it's taken the name of the folder that I've given it. So I'm just going to say new. All right, I'm just going to say Ugandan Village. All right, 20, I don't even know what year this was, 2008. All right, so now I'm going to say upload, and that's it. You don't have to do really anything else. You can just decide what image size you want. I would say best for sharing because it compresses it for you, so that 1 GB that you get actually gives you more than you think you're going to get, because it actually does compress it. So you really get practically an unlimited amount of space. All right, add message, I'm not going to do anything like that. Add circles, that's when you're working with Google+. So very simply, I'm just going to click on upload, and you'll see one by one it's going to upload it. Okay, so now you can see this window pops up, and I'm going to pause the video for a little bit just so we can not have to watch this. Alright, so then once it's done, you can see it right here, Ugandan Village, uploaded 4 of 4, and then once it's complete, you're going to see it's going to say View Online. So that's what I'm going to do now. So we're going to go to View Online, and then this is going to be the other part of the lesson here. So this is part 1, getting it up there. Now let me just give you kind of a quick overview of what things to focus on here. Alright, so now we're looking at my photos. You can see that there. We're now inside of Google+. We're actually online for us to work with this. Alright, so I have my photos here. Alright, I can click on this to view them nice and big. Okay, I can add tags to them. I can tag people. Kind of how if you ever worked with Facebook before, but very similar. Alright, you can do all kinds of... Okay, so you can click on some of these guys up here too, and this is for working with something called Picnic, which we're not going to get into in the scope of this exercise or even in the class, but notice that you can experiment with those if you like to. Alright, so what we're going to do now is we're going to explore some of these things in here. Alright, so now one of the first things, or one of the more, I should say, kind of exclusive things you'll be doing here is you'll be sharing your album with people. So notice we have this green button here right, that says share. So that's probably the thing you'll be doing more than anything. So you have it right there. It says, okay, share album. And then if you scroll down a little bit, you'll see there's the share button right there. So who do you want to share it with? So you can put a comment in here, and then I'm going to share it with myself on Yahoo. And then and I can put, separate it by commas, and this is all linked up to your address book. And I click on share, and it says your album has been shared. Okay, so that is just kind of one basic thing you can do. Okay, you can also click on add photos, and you can add photos by simply selecting photos from your computer. You can actually drag photos into here from someplace else in your computer if you have two windows open. You can do all kinds of different things to add to it. You can also come back into Picasa and upload to this exact folder if you want to. And you also have some other options here. We go to more. You can choose delete the album. You can choose organize album. So organizing, we're talking about here is like, let's just say I wanted to change the order of this. Okay, notice I have this one selected, and I just click, drag, and drop, and then that goes right in between there. So you can change the order if you like. So you have some options to work with there. Then you have some other things here. Let's just say I don't want this picture anymore. I can simply delete it. It says if you delete this photo, you also delete all post comments. Okay, that's fine. Just for the exercise. Now I only have 3 pictures to work with. Alright, I click on this one. Now if we do move to top, and that actually brings this to me to be like my album cover, if you will. Alright, I can also sort by date, things like that. Alright, so you've got lots of different options there. When you're done, you just say done organizing. Alright, and then once again, you will click on share whenever you're ready to share. And one last thing is, make it visible or invisible. Let's say you only want it to be visible by certain people. You can click on lock. So you don't want it to be public, so visible to anyone who's added to a circle. So I'm going to go ahead and just unclick public. Alright, and then I'm going to say save. Stop sharing publicly. Yes. Alright, now it's visible to limited. Alright, so really cool thing. I mean, I can have hundreds of photos up here, and it'll be the same process. Alright, and when you share it with somebody, it's not necessarily going to be a huge file size, so it really makes it very convenient and just a really neat feature. Alright, so enjoy.